Hello everyone, it's me Clayton. I just finished watching Season 2 of the Cuphead Show. Now, when it comes to Netflix's video game series, we certainly have some bad ones like with Dragon's Dogma, but there have been others like Arcane and Castlevania that have shown exactly what you can do when you understand the source material and ultimately make an experience that can please fans of the source material while also being appealing to non-fans. And the Cuphead Show is no different when it comes to that. Being an old-time cartoon that feels like it could come out of the 30s or 40s when it comes to its aesthetics, but with more modern comedic sensibilities. And when it comes to the voice talents of True Valentino, Frank Todaro, Ray Delisle, and others, you have a definitely talented voice cast to carry the series' energetic animation. With 13 more episodes this time that ends up starting right where the first season left off, with Cuphead and Mugman in jail. But don't worry, they're only in jail for one episode, as they go for escape attempt after escape attempt. Other than that, it's basically a lot of the same old antics that you remember from the first season, just with new settings and new characters, such as Mugman and Cuphead going to Sugarland, or Cuphead and Mugman helping a pirate find his true love, who turns out to be a sea monster, and even a few more episodes that feature Miss Chalice, such as her pretending to be a ghost and helping the boys with getting money by having them act as Ghostbusters. Considering Ray Delisle's vocal talent, I'm glad that she got more to do in this season than the first, considering she was only introduced in the very last episode of the first season. But thankfully, other characters who were considerably entertaining last time are back too, such as King Dice and the Devil, who, while they only get a few episodes, they make the most out of every single second they're in. I especially love the Devil's extremely over-the-top anger when it comes to all his plans going wrong, and especially what ends the season when it comes to the Devil's pitchfork. It does feel like the plot of the game isn't really going to factor too much into the series. It's mostly going to be a bunch of comedic antics with some occasional continuity between episodes. But so far, I'm definitely fine with that, considering that the humor is definitely a very old-time slapstick, mixed with a lot of creative voice work from the talented cast. Plus, a lot of the characters from the games get reimagined in new settings and new scenarios that still feel like they fit their characters. Even if the one episode about Cuphead and Mugman helping out the pirate is surprisingly longer than every other episode in the entire show, while most of the episodes tend to be 10, 12 minutes long, not counting the credits in most cases, just like the first season, that one goes on for 22 minutes, almost as long as a typical half-hour episode of TV. And it's, the half-hour episode that has 8 minutes of commercials. But that episode surprisingly has a lot of really good musical numbers as well, to the point where it actually makes for a pretty over-the-top but still ultimately enjoyable adventure, even if it does feel like it overstays its welcome a little bit. But another longer episode that I felt worked out better was when the devil sends out various of his demons after Cuphead and Mugman while they're in a hedge maze, to the point where he sends the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, and somehow King Dice lasts the longest out of most of them, until he gets petrified, of course. So yeah, if you liked the first season of the Cuphead Show, you'll definitely like this one. It's still fast-paced, it's still hilarious, and it still has a ton of fun scenarios that remind us of the good old days. And that's why I'm going to give the Cuphead Show an 8.5 out of 10. See you next time.